I've been putting a lot of time into Junker Queen, and at this point, I'd say I'm a Junker Queen main. So today, I'm going to be sharing some of my dirtiest secrets with this character. Let's get right into the big one, and that is the 360 degree axe flick. This tech is outrageously powerful to an extreme degree. Like, there's probably not any other tech in the game that is as powerful as this. It's wild. And the way it works is it's just like every other melee attack in the game, which is why I think you're safe to learn this technique, because they'd have to change every melee attack in the game, including Reinhardt. They all work this way. So the way melee works in Overwatch is you hit your melee attack, and it activates a cone around your character for probably about a quarter of a second. And anything that intersects that cone takes melee damage. However, Carnage's cone is huge, and it also lasts probably half a second. It's definitely much more forgiving. And the reason why melee works like that is because it's forgiving from a network perspective. It's forgiving with latency and lag. That's why all of the melee attacks in the game work like this for that reason. So I think you're safe to learn this. But what does this mean? This means that you can do a 360 degree Carnage axe swing and hit everybody in a circle all around you. That is crazy, because Carnage does 130 total damage, and it also heals you for 40 health per person you hit. This is incredibly powerful, because in all practicality, if you run into a group of 3-4 people and hit them all with Carnage, one of your teammates is likely going to kill him. Anna's going to throw an anti-nade, it's going to math out, and somebody's going to die. Generally, I've had it where I've straight up fed before, jumped into a pile of people, hit Carnage, and was too late on my shift ability, died, but we still won the team fight because so many people took so much damage, and somebody was able to follow up, because 130 health is just a good chunk of a lot of the hero's health bar. So somebody somewhere hit some damage and followed it up, and they died, and we end up winning the team fight. That's very common. This tech is incredibly practical, and is something you're going to be doing a lot. A lot of tech in Overwatch, and even some of the stuff I'm going to be showing later in this video, is not all that useful. It's very situational. This is useful all the time. Like, you better do this. There's no reason not to. It's very good. And like I said previously, every melee attack in the game is like this, so if you're some sort of crazy person, you could be 360 meleeing everything with the spammable melee attack that every character has, but it's not nearly as practical, and it's also much less forgiving from a timing perspective, so that's probably not worth doing. But Carnage has that long wind up and the sound cues, and it's much more easy to time that up and get that one down. Now on to my next tip, and that is to go for meaty body shots with a shotgun. Unless you are barrel stuffing a Roadhog or a Zarya or something, and even then that's kind of debatable, it is not worth your time to go for headshots, because the body shots, a good clean body shot will do more damage than a perfectly placed headshot at nearly every range, and it's much more consistent. The reality of going for headshots is that you're just going to be off target a lot. You're going to completely miss everything a lot, whereas with a body shot, you're likely to at least hit something, even if you miss badly. Alright, now let's get into some kill combos. This first combo is what I'm going to call the minimalist combo, and that is shoot, throw dagger, melee. This does 200 damage total over time. And to be honest, this isn't my favorite combo because it relies on you hitting a perfect shotgun shot. You have to hit all the pellets, and it's not very practical in my opinion, because if there's any sort of trickle healing, a Lucio, if anybody gets any sort of healing, it's done for. And if you miss even slightly, it's done for. This is kind of a cute combo. I've seen this advertised in other YouTube videos, but to be honest, it's not really that useful. Now on to my favorite combo, which is the consistent combo, and that is shoot, throw dagger, Carnage axe. This has an incredibly high chance to secure a kill because it's quite a bit of overkill for a 200 HP hero, and it will kill every DPS and support in the game. The only thing it won't kill is a Bastion, because Bastion has 300 HP with armor. And if you catch somebody unaware of you, Ana scoped in, Ashe scoped in, or Zenyatta, who, if you can play that safe game of you can stay out of range of his kick but still in range of your Carnage, it's a free kill. This combo is amazing. Now on to the Omega combo. This is great for Roadhog, Zarya, and Orisa in particular because they are tanks with clear vulnerability windows that don't have any sort of movement or get out of jail free card with shielding or anything like that. It's very obvious when these tanks are vulnerable. So how this combo works is it's shoot, throw dagger, shoot, Carnage, shoot, melee. It's a lot. You're dumping all your cooldowns, but it does so much damage. And this is a combo that's not really practical against like Reinhardt or Winston or Sigma, because they all have get out of jail free cards. They can, put up a shield, leap away, whatever. But against Roadhog, Zarya, Orisa, or any tank that's got a very clear vulnerability window, this does so much damage. And if your team follows up even slightly, this is going to lead to so much damage coming out. And again, this is great for that over-aggressive tank that hasn't been punished. It's not the most practical, but it's definitely something that I would keep it in your tool belt for that Roadhog that's being an idiot. Now on to the last piece of tech, which I'm going to call the Tony Hawk Knife Launch. Now, how this works is if you stick an enemy with your knife and retract it, and then crouch at the same time, your character's hitbox will function as a ramp that launches your enemies way behind you. Now, in all practicality, if you're moving and they're moving and you retract the knife, they're not going to get pulled in the same way, and it's not nearly going to be the same effect. But this is something to keep in the back of your head as an option. A perfect example would be, let's say you're running at an Ana, you pop your shift and you are just running at their supports, and you hit that dagger and that Ana is directly in front of you. Pull that dagger back and crouch and just launch that Ana directly into your back line. Just that's an example where it could be useful, but this is one of those things where it's so this is very situational, and a lot of the times it's not going to work the way you want it to, but again, keep it in the back of your mind for a situation like I just said. Anyway, that's it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed it. There are more Junker Queen techniques, but they're more obvious or they're not nearly as impactful as these are. I'll be making some more Junker Queen guides and general gameplay tip videos at some point in the future, but I figured I would share some of my dirty secrets that aren't necessarily incredibly obvious when you first pick up the character. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one.